With that, ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to our next exciting session. I do not want you to leave anywhere. Stay here, stay tuned for the next session, which is on a very interesting subject of AI-driven location analytics for the BFSI market entry, optimization, and risk assessment. And to present this, I would like to call on stage, and please help me welcome her with a big round of applause, Ms. Rakhi Prasad, co-founder, MapMy India and ClarityX. A big round of applause to Rakhi ji. Welcome to the stage, madam. Looking forward to a great session.
Yeah, I just wanted to introduce myself. So I'm actually the co-founder of ClarityX, which is a MapMy India founder-backed company that we started about 8 months ago. MapMy India is a company that was started 30 years ago, or nearly 30 years ago, which is in geospatial. It's a product and platform company which has software and IoT-based technologies that are used by various industries. So ClarityX, being a strategic partner of MapMy India, we are able to utilize the enormous data sets that geospatial data sets that MapMy India has to build AI-driven insights for various sectors, but I'm going to focus today on the BFSI sector. So I know this is a lot of words, but I just wanted to essentially just state that MapMy India has comprehensively covered the whole of India in terms of 99% of the road network. There are 50 million POIs. We have 5,000 signals that are coming from different various data sources that enables us to provide comprehensive socio-economic as well as geospatial data sets. At ClarityX, with this base, this foundation of data sets, alongside with various other data sources, we're able to come out with interesting insights, indices, and also build on top of that machine learning models that help in solving different use cases for various industries. So I'll deep dive a little bit into the different types of data sets, the different types of indices, which will be interesting for the BFSI space and how they can utilize all of this technology. One important thing about ClarityX in terms of how we are building this analytics-based company is that essentially we're looking at our customer. In this case, since this is a room full of BFSI companies, how to bring and build clear, actionable insights to drive for your business growth, optimize your cost, and assess risk in order to multiply your bottom line. Now, all of this is going to help you become leaders. The idea is here that we facilitate the power of, analytics to enable that the insights that we bring are clear, actionable. It reduces your cost, time, and effort. As we heard in the previous panel, there were discussions around how do you bring efficiency, how do you bring hyper-personalization at a reduced time. So some of these insights that were coming out to market are helping solve for those problems. So we all know that there is a lot of data out there. In the panel previously, they talked about unstructured data. There's absence of, updated data, the frequency of data that is not being updated. There are fragmented data sets. In this world today, I don't know how many people know this, but would you guess how much data has been generated over the last 2 years on digital platforms all over the world? Any idea in terms of numbers? Anyone? Any guess? Gigabytes? Petabytes? Any guess? 120 zettabytes of data has been generated in the world over the last 2 years. And a zettabyte, just to put it in layman's term, 1 zettabyte is 1 trillion gigabyte. So that's the amount of data from various sources that is being generated. And it's becoming a problem for many companies to absorb and ingest this data set to actually solve for your business problems. This data is going to grow by 2x over the next 1.5 years. So imagine how will you use all of this? Oh, just sorry. So what are the kind of data sets that MapMyIndia has? I'm going to throw out more data to, BFSI companies out there. Real-time traffic data. How can this be useful for BFSI companies? You want to know footfalls in front of your branches. You want to know the potential of economic activity or mobility activity in the areas that you are present in. Satellite data is there for us to see, for instance, from MapMyIndia has a partnership with ISRO, so they want to see cropping patterns. You want to see how vegetation has been growing historically in an area. You're giving out farm loans. You want to understand what kind of rainfall patterns are there. From a hazard point of view, you want to see which regions are more risk prone. Then the POI data, which is the points of interest data. All of this data sets in terms of understanding where competition is present. Or if you're giving out auto loans, you want to know where more dealerships. So this is not your competition, but these are relevant types of data that might be ingested into either your credit risk models or ingested in terms of understanding how you should expand your branch network, etc. So Mappls app, which is the equivalent of Google Maps here in India, has been downloaded by 25 million consumers in India over the last 1.5 years. This also gives us a rich data source of real time. So besides the fact that static data is available, which gets updated, where in terms of socioeconomic population or affluence, we now have at real time at an hourly basis what are the kinds of categories people are searching and navigating towards. This gives a very good insight in terms of offline activity of the real world. So a lot of times people think of data in terms of only online data sets or, e-commerce or transactions that are happening online. But what is the real world doing? So that these types of rich real-time insights are used to help build out to solve for various kinds of use cases. Besides the fact that there are, tracking devices that have been installed or drone data where visual feeds can be used to real-time update various different data sources. Now, these are the different tools that are used, that are available, our visualization tools. So just to see from a clustering perspective, this helps in the analytics from a location-based, geographic visualization base. Then you have the dashboards to actually do your filtering and sort through various different variables and attributes. Then Workmate is a field force application that is used by collection teams. It's used by your sales teams to enable that the most efficient route has been given to your field team, and then verification that the field team actually went to the location. A lot of collection teams have been using the Workmate field force app to do that. And then Mappls as a consumer app, how it can be used. Now, from an analytics point of view, what are the typical use cases? I mean, we talk about market entry or expansion. Where are you going to set up your branch network? Which are the areas that you want you're tapping into which customer base? Or you have a network in place. Is your network most efficiently operating in the most potential areas? So you have an existing network. In that area, is there more potential for that existing branch to actually perform? And then you realize that your network, some of the branches are not in the right optimal places or locations. Then you try to change or move that network around, right? And then what examples I gave around risk and fraud detection. So what are our offerings around this in terms of, so we recently launched last week our District Potential Index report. This actually gives a score to each of the 788 districts in India in terms of the consumption propensity for each of those districts. We took about 15, 16 different attributes across mobility, infrastructure availability, social infrastructure availability, socioeconomic data sets, and financial activity, and figured which districts have the highest consumption propensity, or where people where could consume more, various different types of products. We will be coming out with our sectoral report around this in terms of the BFSI segment. So this score, the District Potential Index score, which we came out with 2023, the attributes from 2023, we also have the score for 2019. This gives us a nice growth indicator. And where are those growing corridors, or which districts are more potential that are fast growing as well, which helps as an input into your decision making in terms of if this is a market today that has X potential, but because it is growing 15-20%, then I should invest in resources in this market because I know that it will be high, it might become a higher potential market in the next few years. Similarly, besides our indices, the Rural Potential Index is used a lot by, NBFCs that are, or banks that are looking at lending products for the rural areas, whether it's microfinance or farm-related loans, etc., or tractor loans. If you see, there are nearly 7 lakh villages in India. 20% of those villages might be contributing towards 80% of business. So how do you identify where those villages are and which ones you should focus on? So these indices, as they said, once they're built with accurate data sets, are used towards input in towards our machine learning models. Now, these are some of the models that we've built that help with solving for different use cases. And then all the insights that we have using our visualization tools that help with understanding, like catchment analysis, for instance, if I just pick up one of them. So you have a branch, you have a catchment of 5-kilometer radius. You want to know what are all the different points of interest in that radius, what is the population, what is the affluence. So you want to see if your branch actually performing at the most optimal in terms of the number of merchants that it can get deposits from, or it can lend to. How can your branch staff prioritize which areas within that 5-kilometer radius that they should go to. So these are ways through the visualization tool that one can use these different data sets and indices to prioritize and decide in terms of how to make your resources most efficient. So this is more related to all the different examples that I gave over the last 5-10 minutes around what are the different use cases, I would say, that our technologies, both from an analytics point of view as well as from a tools point of view, can be used by the BFSI segment. Whether it's onboarding, so video KYC, at smart address capturing, whether it's on your data hygiene. So a lot of customers realize that, companies realize that the KYC address is very different from the address where the customer actually resides. So, and when you are doing your digital onboarding process, you want to authenticate that where the current address is actually where the person is residing. And there are many APIs around this that can help plug into your digital stack. Then geofence marketing. Someone was talking about in the earlier panel about personalization. So when they open up the app, how can they personalize the app for the person based on where they're located? So what kind of products they want to show. So these are things that can be built into, your marketing leads in terms of what you would want to show to the customer, as well as what you want to promote to the customer based on the location where that customer resides. Similarly with loyalty and all, So as I was describing in terms of Mappls app having very rich real-time data sets, and it also not only is real-time in terms of the time at which we can slice the data, but also the granularity and the location. So whether it's a locality or a sub-locality within Mumbai, for instance, what are the people in that location doing? Maybe it can give you ideas in terms of what kind of products you want to promote for the people who are residing in that location. Then in terms of your risk, now this is, someone was asking us outside, what does negative area mapping mean? So you have your customer historical data sets, you know that. So a lot of businesses have started out with saying, I will blacklist a PIN code. But we all know in Mumbai, blacklisting a PIN code means that you may lose out on good customers as well. Because in that PIN code, you have high luxury residential buildings as well as, lower income areas. And does that mean you blacklist the whole PIN code? Maybe you blacklist a portion of that PIN code based on, one is based on your historical data sets to identify trends in location-based cohorts, or supplemented with our data sets, which says that gives you a profile of that location and whether you want to actually at a grid level do your negative area mapping. You can do the opposite as well, which is a positive area mapping, saying that I want to focus on those customers who are actually coming from these areas. So you can do either or, depending on how you treat the data and how you read the data into your systems. Root risk assessment is something around, for instance, you've given out an auto loan, but is that person residing in an area where there are a lot of accidents, road accidents that happen? So what would happen to the vehicle? So things like this are wherein we have conversations with our customers to understand what are the key data parameters or indices that will help solve for their problem. I'll just give you a sneak peek. We actually did what I mentioned, the 788 districts of India, categorized the top quadrant of districts in terms of developed, emerging powerhouses, frontier markets. These are districts which developed leaders are districts which have a high score, but are growing at a lower growth rate from 2019 to 2023. Emerging powerhouses are districts that have a high score but are growing at moderate to high growth. And frontier markets are those districts with a moderate score but have high growth. So these are like a sample set of the top 25 in these three different categories of various districts. You can see some are familiar names amongst the developed leaders. Some are names that might be of a surprise to you in the frontier markets or emerging powerhouses. But this is a snapshot of how we classify these districts, which help the conversation to begin in terms of how this can be then used by various companies. And this is something that we showed in terms of an analysis done just on the state of Haryana, for instance, and where are those districts that are under the various classifications. I talked about Rural Potential Index, and this is how we kind of build it and showcase to customers. Again, within a city, you have many PIN codes. Which PIN codes should you focus on if you're looking at it from a PIN code-based assessment that you are doing? And within PIN codes, then how do you want to map out your negative or positive areas? And this is a snapshot of, for instance, the real-time data sets that I was talking about, like what are the top categories searched and how it can be sliced and diced into different time periods, or which are the peak navigation hours, so you can understand when people are moving out from their offices or homes. And this is the Mappls app. Mappls app does some kind of brand building within the Mappls app itself. Yeah, so that was all that I wanted to present to you in terms of how we are bringing certain location-based analytics and data sets to help solve for various use cases for the BFSI sector. Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Ms. Rakhi Prasad, co-founder and from MapMyIndia and ClarityX. Rakhi, thank you so much for that wonderful session here. Any questions from the audience? Obviously, Rakhi and the entire team is available after this session as well. And you can always drop in by MapMyIndia's booth and know more about their offerings and solutions. Any questions from the floor? You can raise your hand and we'll pass on the mic. Just introduce yourself and your company, and I think Rakhi is here to answer those questions. Any questions? Well, when there are no questions, that means it was a fantastic session, I believe. So, can we have a big round of applause for Rakhi again for that wonderful presentation? And I would now like to call on stage Dr. Malcolm Athiade, co-founder and CEO from Agrim Housing Finance Private Limited, to kindly come on stage and felicitate our speaker here. Dr. Malcolm, if you could kindly do the honors. Thank you, sir. Please. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Ms. Rakhi Prasad, co-founder, MapMyIndia and ClarityX, on that fantastic session on AI-driven location analytics for BFSI market entry, optimization and risk assessment. And please, as I said, do visit MapMyIndia's booth and meet Rakhi and our fabulous team and know more about their unique offerings for this industry.